Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Project Octane. The cat's out of the bag. Y'all already know that the engine fires up. So the real question is, 2 months later, does it drive? And today I can say without a shadow of a doubt that no, it does not. Instead, for the last 2.5 months, I've been trapped in this room, usually with the lights off, listening to Bass Hunter, working on the bodywork for this car, because I realized that as much as I wanted it to actually drive, that if I didn't get some of the upfront design work done for the body, then we wouldn't actually hit some of the deadlines that we have coming up for actually getting this whole thing together and at another Rocket League event in the near future. Now, in case anyone missed the post on the community page or on the Discord, we are going to be 3D printing the body for the car. And so that's just an opportunity for anyone that has a hobby grade 3D printer, that if you've got material, you've got time, and you want to help us out, you can hit us up on our Discord and we'll get you some parts to print. Special thanks to those of y'all that are already helping out. So if the car's not driving and we don't have a body to put on it, what's today's video about? I'm glad you asked, Mega, because today we're going to be putting the rear axles and doing the brake job for the car, getting it one step closer to being mechanically ready to actually drive. So let's get into it. We're going to start on the rear left by getting the tire, the old brake rotor, and our tie rod link out of the way. This just gives us enough access to be able to remove the short inner axle shaft from the differential, get it greased up and reinstalled, and gives us enough space to then actually install our CV axle as well. You can see that half shaft go in right there. It's held in by 6 bolts on the flange and then 1 nut on the outside of the wheel bearing. You can see the angle of the half shaft is a little bit extreme in this view. Once we get some softer springs in the rear of the Octane, everything should sit a little bit more level. Now on the other side of the differential, the longer axle is installed to that custom housing that we made previously. We're going to have to go ahead and disconnect that in order to get to the inner splines in order to lubricate them. I probably should have taken the wheel, the rotor, and the tie rod off a little bit earlier like I did with the rear left, but I'm going to go and do that now just to give myself a little bit more space, get in there and work with this axle. Once that housing's reassembled, we can work on installing that right half shaft. Same deal, 6 bolts inboard, 1 nut outboard. And just like that, everything we need for power delivery is complete in the rear. While we've got the wheels off, we're going to go ahead and get started on the rear brakes. Now this part of the video isn't going to be anything special. We're not going to go through how to replace the pads and rotors on your 2022 or 2023 Project Octane. I'll just recommend that you always have it serviced at your dealer. This job can be a little bit repetitive, but in general, we're just going to disassemble the caliper, clean it up real nice, install some new brake pads, lube up all of our contact points, and reinstall the caliper assembly with a brand new rotor. So I'm just going to sit back and let the music play for a couple minutes as we kind of work around all 4 corners here. And just like that, our brakes are looking good, our steering's looking good here. We still have to do a little bit more work to actually install the pedal box with our master cylinders, our brake lines, get everything bled. But other than some of those driver controls, the chassis itself is, I'd say, ready to go. Now in our next video, we are going to play a little bit more catch up as well with just how we got the engine ready, cleaning the carbs, and actually firing it up for the first time. Some of the more details behind the Christmas special, I guess. But then beyond that, that's when we're actually going to start really putting out some new content with some of the new stuff that's been designed over the past couple of months. So continue to stick with us. I appreciate y'all following. Sorry for a little bit of a lull here and there. I think come later this spring and especially this summer, there's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about and share. So I'm looking forward to it. Hope y'all are too, and I'll see you in the next one.